Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to implement sign in and sign up process to your Flutter app using AWS Amplify. AWS has recently introduced Amplify to Flutter platform. Now you may have a problem. What is Amplify? Well, if you are a full stack developer, you may probably hear about Firebase. As Google Cloud Platform has Firebase, AWS has Amplify. That is the simplest way to explain it. Anyway, unlike Firebase, Amplify provides some of the coolest AWS features such as S3, Cognito, push notification, Lambda, and much more. In this video, we will use Amplify Authentication to implement sign in and sign up process. And don't forget to check out the written tutorial. I have put the link in the description. So let's get started.
Here's what we are going to do today. We're going to create simple sign in and sign up app. And I have created a prototype for this, and user can log in using email and password. If the user doesn't have an account, then he can simply create a new account by giving email and password. Once he create a new account, a confirmation code will be sent to the given email. Once he give the correct confirmation code, then the user will be confirmed, then he will be redirected to the main screen. That's it. First, I'm going to open up a new terminal in my working directory. Then create a Flutter app using Flutter, create, and the app name. In this case, I'm going to give the name as to do Amplify. Creating project, all done. Then I'm going to switch to the working directory and open the project using VS Code. Then what we have to do is we have to enable Amplify features to our project. We can do that using Amplify Init command. To run this command, you need to install Amplify CLI to your PC. If you haven't installed Amplify, you can use the command showing right now. I have typed Amplify Init. Then it asks several questions. First one is the name of the project. I'm going to give the default one, and the environment is dev, and choose your editor, and then I'm going to give the project as Flutter. Now they ask to where we should store the configuration file. I'm gonna choose the default one, and then it asks whether we want to use profile. I'm gonna give yes, and then I'm going to give the default one. We have to wait until it is finished. Initialize successful. Okay. Now let me explain what is being generated. It created two things. One is Amplify folder, and the other one is Amplify configuration.dart file. As you can see, this Amplify configuration.dart file contains one string which is represent all the configuration details. So don't going to edit that one. Next, I'm going to add Amplify authentication features to our project. As you can see, Flutter for Amplify is still on the developer preview, and it provides the auth features, analytics API, and storage. And now I'm going to enable Amplify authentication feature. I'm going to clear the console, and I'm going to add Amplify authentication using Amplify add auth. I'm going to choose the default configuration settings, and then I'm going to select what is the type of the sign in. I'm going to choose email based authentication. Then I don't need any advanced settings, so I'm
select done. Okay, now we have configured Amplify Authentication. Now what we need to do is we need to push these configuration settings to the cloud, as well as we need to update Amplify configuration.dart file. So I'm going to do that using Amplify push. As you can see, we have create auth feature, and then we need to select yes. It will take several minutes to be completed. Let's see. Okay, now as you can see, our Amplify configuration.dart file has been updated. That means our command has successfully run. Now let's add Amplify dependencies to our project. If you head over to docs.amplify.aws, their official documentation, under Flutter and under the setup full stack project, you will see what are the dependencies that we need to add. Mainly we need to add Amplify core for any of our Amplify project, and since we are using Amplify Cognito, I'm gonna add that one too. Don't put other than that, otherwise you will have unnecessary errors. I'm going to paste the dependencies. Then I'm going to download the dependencies. Okay, now we have set up all the things we want, and let's do some coding. I'm gonna head over to main.dart file, and first I'm gonna just remove all the comments inside this main.dart file. Then I'm going to remove the default things in the build method in the my home page state. Then I am going to override init state, and we are going to initialize Amplify inside this init state because this is runs only one time. So I'm gonna create a new method called configure amplify, and then I'm going to create that method using the suggestion. Then I'm gonna move the method to the top of build method. Then I'm gonna create an instance of Amplify class. I call it Amplify instance, and then I'm gonna copy it. Then I'm going to create an instance of Amplify Auth Cognito, and I'm gonna name it as Amplify Cognito. And the reason I'm using is because we are going to use Amplify authentication for our project. So we need to create an instance of Amplify Cognito. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add that instance as a plugin. Under the auth plugins, I'm gonna pass that Amplify Cognito instance. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to configure this instance. To do that, I'm going to run amplify.configure method, and it requires an string. As you can see, it requires an string. This string is the one that is being auto-generated, and it is in Amplify configuration.dart file. So I'm gonna pass that string. As you can see, we are gonna import it. Then what I'm going to do is this method can throw an exception, so I'm going to surround that code in try catch block,
and if an error occurred, I'm going to print that error, and if we if it is completed everything as we want, we will print configured. And one thing I want to tell you, this configure method is an asynchronous method, so we need to run it asynchronously. I can do that using async and await keywords. For now, I am just returning an scaffold inside build method, and then yeah, let's try the app. I'm gonna run it on debug mode. I'm gonna select the emulator, then run it. Okay, seems like some error has occurred. Let's see the error. Okay, as you can see, it says we need to set the min SDK version as 21, and currently we have selected the version as 16, that is the default one. So we need to select that min SDK version. We need to change that min SDK version to 21. I can do that using by going Android, and under the app folder you will see the build.gradle method file, and inside that you will see the min SDK version. I'm gonna give the min SDK version, I'm gonna change it to 21, and then I'm gonna run it again. Okay, now our app has run, and as you can see it prints out configured. That means our app is running now successfully. Now I'm gonna create two modules inside the lib folder. First one is screens, and the second one is utils. And inside the screen folder, I'm gonna create some files which defines the screens. The first one is login screen, and the second one is sign up screen, and the third one is main screen, and finally email confirmation screen. And then I want to create another file inside util files, which is email validator. This contains some of the email validation method functions. Now it's time to making use interfaces. So I'm not gonna take much time on making use interfaces, because our main purpose is not about use interfaces, and so I'm just gonna copy and paste everything we want. But if you go to email validator.dart file, as you can see, we paste the function that we want, which is validate the email, and just a regular expression, and it will check whether it is an email, and then it will return the condition. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace that scaffold that we defined in main.dart file by the login screen, and then I'm gonna refresh it. As you can see, this is our login screen, and as you can see, there is a text field. There are two text field, and there's one button for login. And if we press the login button, it will run the login button on pressed method, which is implemented here, and then it will validate the form fields, and then if the user doesn't have an account, then it will
we can click the create new account button. If we click that button, it will go to sign up screen method. That means we will head over to sign up screen. So if we press create new account button, it will head over to sign up screen. And if we go to sign up screen, the code, and there are two text fields, and there's one button which is create new account. And if we press this create new account button, and it will run this create account on press method, and we will validate the form field, and then we will take the email and password from their controllers. After that, we have to submit this email and password to Amplify Cognito user pool. Let's implement sign up method. First, I'm going to get the Amplify .auth, and then there are set of methods available, and I'm gonna choose sign up method. And then inside this sign up method, there are some parameters. One is username and the other one is password. And in this case, we will use the email as the username. So I'm gonna give email to username and password to the password. And then, since we are using email and password based authentication, we need to provide that email as an option. So I can do that using option field, and I'm gonna pass Cognito sign up option object. Then, and there's an user attributes field, and we can pass an map, and in this map I'm gonna pass email field, and I'm gonna give the email. We need to take the return value, and also this is asynchronous task, so I'm gonna put await keyword, and then I'm going to take the return value, and then if the sign up is completed, we will head over to email confirmation screen. I have created a method for that, which is go to email confirmation screen, and I want to pass the context as well as the email. Then it will go to email confirmation screen. I'm gonna copy it and then paste it here. Then I'm gonna pass the context as well as the email, and that's it. But one thing we need to do, this sign up method can throw an exception, which is probably the type of auth error. So we are gonna surround it with try catch block, and then we need to catch the auth errors only. Then we have to print that. That means we have to show the error to the user. We can do that using snack bar. Since we are using scaffold key, we can show the snack bar using scaffold.currentState.show snack bar method, and I'm gonna pass the snack bar object. Then under the content field, I'm gonna pass a text. I just want to print out the reason what caused the error. That's why I use e.cause. So I'm going to type my email as this, and I'm gonna give the password. Then I'm gonna press create account button. It will head over to the confirm your email screen, and as you can see, we have received the email confirmation email, and we received the code that we want. I'm going to jump to the email confirmation screen. As you can see, there's only one text field and there's only one button, which is confirm button. If we press this confirm button, it will run the submit code method, and we will validate the text field, and then we will take the confirmation code. I'm going to submit this confirmation code to Amplify. I can do that using amplify.auth.confirm sign up method. And this method we have to provide a confirmation code. I'm gonna copy the confirmation code variable and then paste it, and then we need to provide the username. In this case I'm gonna give email, and then we need to wait until this task is completed. I can do that using await keyword, and then we need to assign this to new variable. And yeah, if this so as before, we need to surround this with the try catch block to catch auth error, and we're gonna catch it using like that. And same as before, we are going to use snack bar to show the error. We can do that using scaffold key dot current state dot show snack bar method. And yeah, we can give the snack bar content. We can give the content as the text. I'm gonna give the course. Then we need to once we complete our task, we need to head over to sign up result screen. So we can do that using sign up result dot is sign up complete. And so we check the condition, and then we can use this pre-built method, go to main screen, and we can pass the context. Okay, let's just test our app. So I'm gonna give few breakpoints here and here, and then after that here. And then I'm gonna, first of all, I'm gonna give some wrong confirmation code like 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then as you can see, it will stop in the first place. And then yeah, as we expected, it will throw an exception, which is the type of auth error. And then yeah, as you can see, if you go to the details, you will see the confirmation code is incorrect. And then we will show using snack bar, and this is how we this is how the snack bar is shown. This time we will give the correct confirmation code. So I'm gonna give it as 035549. Then I'm gonna hit confirm button, and it will stop here. I'm gonna continue. Yeah, as we expected, now it is there shouldn't be no problem. Now we have arrived to the main screen. Now we may have a problem, which is who are the users in the system, and how many users log in the last few minutes. So we can check such things by connecting to console. So I'm gonna type amplify console in my working directory in my console. Then I'm going to give it as amplify console, and it will open the amplify console. We will need to sign into the amplify console, and then under the authentication section, there is some view in Cognito button and says manage your users and groups, and I'm gonna press it, and then you will see you will get estimated number of users, and in here you can see all the users that you have, and like this. So as you can see, there's only one user, and as you can see the email address and email is verified. We can disable users if we want, and we can reset the password, and right now we are not gonna do such things. Okay, let's jump into the login screen, and then as you can see there are two text field and email, and the other one is password, and there's a button for login, and if we press this button, it will run login button on press method, and inside this method we are going to validate the text fields, and then we have to submit email and password to Amplify, and we can do that using sign in method. So we have to take the email and password. We can do that using their controllers. I'm going to use email controller, and I'm going to use password controller, then get the text, and then inside the sign in method we have to submit, and I'm going to give email as the username and the password as the password. We have to wait until this method finished, and then we are gonna assign the result into a new variable, and then as we did before, we have to surround this with the try catch block, and then we have to show the error using snack bar. We can use scaffold.currentstate.show snack bar, and then I give the content as the text. Let's take the sign in result, and if the sign in is successfully completed, we will head over to main screen. So I'm gonna hard code it like this: navigator and push, and inside that I'm gonna give material, page route, and then I'm gonna pass the builder. I'm gonna give main screen, and then I'm gonna I have to pass the context like this. It's time to test the login. I'm gonna put some breakpoints, and then I'm gonna give the email and the password, and then hit sign in, and then it will first stop in the sign in method. Then after that we are gonna submit it, and then let's see. Yeah, as we expected, it post on the sign in. That means we have successfully signed in. As you can see, we have come to the main screen. That's it. Now you know how much it is easy to implement authentication with Amplify. If this video really helpful, please like and subscribe. If you have any problem, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.